welcome to another Outside the Box review. Today we will be looking at the Scream 4 Zombie Ghostface from NECA. This is one of the two Scream 4 figures NECA has put out. This is the variant with the zombie thing going on with his mask, reminiscent of Michael Myers from the Halloween remake, Rob Zombie's version. And as far as I know, it's yet to be confirmed whether or not this will actually be a feature in the movie. But there was some Halloween masks done in the style, and I think it's really cool. I really dig it. So I decided to pick up this one. There will be another variant of the classic mask coming out later, from what I've heard. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Honestly, I gotta say right off the bat, I'm not a huge Scream fan. I picked up the character mostly because it's iconic, but I think I kind of got into the more, I guess you'd call it, modern horror a little too late. I was kind of the early 2000s after Scream had kind of come around and shaken up this genre a little bit. So I didn't really have the full effect of the movie. So when I watched it, it was just kind of like, yeah, you're pointing out the stuff that happens in horror movies. And I haven't really watched the second or third. I've seen bits and pieces of the second and third one on TV, but I never sat down and watched them all. I'm going to, with the new movie coming out. I'm going to go watch all of them and go see the fourth one, so maybe I can have a different opinion on it, seeing all of them together in a short amount of time. But let's get into the actual figure. I have to say, I'm a little disappointed in NECA. They've been doing some amazing things lately. They've really just stepped up everything they were doing, and I just think they made a bad choice on this figure. And I know, from what I've read online, it's not entirely their fault, but it's still definitely a misstep. I love everything sculpted on this figure. Every last sculpted bit, I think, is fantastic. The articulation is good. The paint apps are good. I mean, it's mostly a black figure, but still. The thing that kills me is this stupid skirt. Like, I almost didn't buy these things because of the skirt. It's really lame. If they had found a way to take this material and do the whole thing, I might have gone with it. This half and half, and it's supposed to be the same garment. Oh man, is it ugly. I really just don't like it. It's just really bugs me, and the fact that it's a very thin material, if you have any lighting behind this guy, you'll see right through it. So you have this very opaque upper body, and then the lower body, you'll be able to see the legs underneath. And, I mean, first and foremost, I just think that's a load of crap. These I don't mind so much. I think especially this guy I haven't had open too terribly long. I think over time these may settle a little bit. They kind of keep wanting to fold up on themselves right now. But maybe after being out for a while, they'll look better. These aren't too bad. I could see why you'd want to go with these. I remember, I never had McFarlane, but I remember seeing pictures. They'd have the arm up and the things would be coming out to the side and they'd look really stupid. So I know why you'd want to do that. We want to get into the sculpt on the upper body. I mean, it's pretty simple. The robes, black gloves. There's some good detailing in it. The hood is a soft rubber. And, I mean, the face sculpt is awesome. I really, really dig this face sculpt. I really dig the zombie look for Ghostface. I kind of hope it is in the movie, because I just like the look. The Scarecrow version they did for Halloween mask, that'd be really cool too. I would buy a figure of that. When you get down to his lower body, of course you have this stupid skirt. Even the fraying at the bottom isn't that good. It reminds me, if you ever seen the Sideshow Freddy sweaters, it's just like, it's ragged, but it's this uniformity that just makes it look bad. And I really don't remember how uneven it may or may not have been in the movie. It just looks crappy. I'm sorry, I just don't like it. But if you want to be kind of weird and pull up Ghostface's skirt, you can see he has fully sculpted blue jeans underneath, which is really pretty cool. His boots down there. One interesting thing is to do this skirt. If you look up around the waistline, he has a thinner waist down here than where the clothing meets. So I guess the clothing is supposed to be flaring out into this. It looks a little awkward. It looks very top heavy, but it does work when the skirt's down, I guess. I guess while I have this up, we'll go into articulation. It's a ball jointed foot. A bend and rotate at the knee. Kind of a weird joint up here at the hip. The legs will go out side to side, but they won't really go forward. They have to just kind of rotate. It's a bit of an odd joint. But you do get some cool sideways motion. I guess you could do some cool poses like that if you wanted to. Put his skirt back down. Rotate at the waist, but you rotate too much and he's got that split look going on. Ball jointed shoulder. It's pretty nice. Spin all the way around. You can bend and rotate at the elbow. Pretty nice ball jointed wrist. And a ball jointed head. And with that soft plastic hood, you can get a very nice range of movement out of it. Though I have to say, with the soft plastic up here, if they're going to go with this soft goods, I almost would have rather them do a soft goods upper hood. At least give it, you know, having the robe made out of 3 different materials on the figure just seems kind of strange to me. The only accessory he comes with is his little knife. It's pretty well detailed, but it's really tiny. It fits in his hand really well, though. Can't complain about that. Now, if you're wondering why I picked up just the variant and not the real figure, it's because the next variant that they're coming out with should be fixing my big problem. When NECA debuted this figure online, a lot of fans had the exact same reaction I did. And basically, we're telling NECA, if you release this with the skirt on there that's made out of cloth, it looks that crappy, we're not going to buy it. And NECA responded. I mean, they basically said that the people who own the rights to Ghostface are the ones that wanted the soft goods. And NECA thought it was cool because it would add that articulation, which, by the way, I actually don't like as much. If it had a fixed leg joint, I think it'd be a lot easier to pose. But whatever. But basically, they said that, you know, the people who wanted the figure made, people who own the rights, wanted it to have the soft goods, but they're going to make a running change to the line and put out some with a solid plastic skirt. I guess reminiscent of what McFarlane did. And that's why I haven't picked up the classic Ghostface in this set, is because I'm on the lookout for that one. That is the version of the original that I want. And I think it makes it nice because as a variant, I mean, a different head sculpt isn't a whole lot of variants, so it'll be something else to make it more of a variant set. And they won't look so weird on the shelf, which is basically 2 of the same figure. When all said and done, if you're a big fan of Scream, I would recommend this figure. If not, I think it's a pass right now. When the new version comes out, I will be sure to pick it up. I will be sure to review it. And maybe a plastic lower part of the robe will sell me on this figure and make me enjoy it that much more. So we'll see when it comes to that if I'll give it a more solid recommendation. But for now, that's it for today's Outside the Box review. There'll be more to come in the future, so stay tuned.